Hello everybody, I'm Rude Devil and we're playing Google It Moogle It. No, we're not. I was just told to say that. No, hello, welcome. This is Grey Goo. This is actually an RTS that released this year, actually at the beginning of this year. And I'm only just going to play it now, because it's only just gone on sale and I'm a bit of a cheap bastard. So let's get right in. Oh yeah, here we go. So as you can see, this game is actually a little... I don't know, it can be underwhelming. We're going to build a refinery here. We're going to get some beautiful resources there. So yeah, this game, just by looking at it, it's very underwhelming in a lot of ways, and I'll get into how it does that later. But for the most part, for the RTS part, it's actually quite solid. And it was actually heralded as sort of a saving grace for RTS games, because it was actually signifying a return to base building mechanics. None of this Command & Conquer Tiberian Twilight bullshit. No, we're just gonna enjoy good old base building mechanics. And actually, they've actually devised a pretty good system to how you can make the action pretty fast-paced and pretty entertaining. And one way how they've actually done that is because there's only one resource, which is actually not uncommon in games. It's not like Age of Empires where it's like, here, bake bread for 50 minutes, now you're ready to go. But not only that, is that there's resource points scattered all throughout the map, quite a lot actually. So this actually means that map control, and they've sent a scout to attack me, this actually means that map control is actually incredibly important, probably the most important since maybe like a StarCraft game. But even then, in StarCraft it's sort of predictable where things are going to go because resource points are they're larger, but there are fewer of them. Whereas in this, they're smaller, but they're scattered also over the place. And as you can probably see by now, the Fog of War is Fog of War 2.0. We can't see a goddamn thing. We can barely make out the terrain. I mean, that if you're entering this game for the first time, you're going to be pretty overwhelmed at how, or rather, what the hell you're supposed to do. Now, we've just made 2 reactors. And they've actually drained all my freaking money, but thankfully we've made a factory here. It's got your population here, your resources here, and your resource rate. We're in the negative at the moment because... Oh god, oh no, there's our troop. Because these freaking harvesters take up so much money, but in the long run, it should be okay. Now actually, we're gonna have to quickly make another factory, otherwise we're gonna be in trouble. Oh shit, yep. Okay, note to self, note to self. Note to self, build build a factory ahead of a second extractor, because now we're in real trouble. We're playing as the beta faction, which are sort of like pseudo-alien man. Not very interesting, but I kind of want to get into the aesthetics of the game later. With this we're actually up against the Goo, and they're the namesake, so they're actually a little weird. But as you can see here, I have no idea if this is an infantry unit, or a vehicle unit, or a stealth unit, or whatever. So it's really hard to really figure out what unit to counteract it with, and that is a problem. That is something that you will have to learn and discover on your own. And this is probably like, I've played this game for maybe like a couple hours, and it's really not that easy to tell what's going on. But with this faction, with the beta faction, and that's not actually like a build of the game, it is actually called beta, that's the name of the faction, you expand by building these hubs. And as you build smaller hubs, you can then build larger hubs with more connectors, so you can build more buildings. And this is actually really cool, because we could essentially have just walked all the way to their base, built a hub, set up a factory, and started immediately piling on the pressure. So this is how we expand, and actually I really like this design. There are no builders, so as long as you have vision, you can build there, and I actually think that's a really ingenious way of doing it. The human faction, I'm pretty sure they have to build pipes everywhere, which is a little bit more cumbersome, but it probably balances itself out in its own way. Okay, so we're just going to build a medium hub, but we kind of need some more space. Let's control group this. And let's control group that. And we'll just do that. Okay, so maybe... Oh god, there's a Goo. There's a Goo. Let's send these units back. Actually, we're going to keep one commando back here. I just want one. There you go, we're just going to do here. So... I guess we could build another factory there, but we need to get another harvester out. or refinery. These extractors are actually free, which is really nice. Fucking go! Leave my base alone!
Stalker awaiting
That is actually one really annoying thing about the Goo. Did you see that? They can traverse pretty much any terrain. He just climbed over that mountain, and they love to just sap the energy out of your buildings.
all units.
And they're just ignoring them.
Headquarters under attack.
So,
Unit
not only does this revive base building, thankfully, because I've mentioned this before many times, I don't know since when it was decided to, that people didn't like base building.
For the keep.
But also, through this mechanic here, we can actually, this actually
Unit ready.
brings about quite intense gameplay. Also, if you notice, a lot of games have hotkeys. Like Warcraft and StarCraft, you have hotkeys. You hit B to bring up your build menu, and then you hit A to build like a barracks or whatever. In this, it's actually a lot easier because while it still utilizes hotkeys, as it all listed at the bottom here, I simply hit Q for my structures, and then I just click on what I want. Alright, we need to do this. So now, at the moment, we're just building the raid basic infantry, and we can actually spam these out because our resources are actually flying high at the moment, which is nice.
Commander ready.
See, we have vision here. We're going to build a 4 hub. No, that's a 2 hub. We want to build a 4 hub. We're going to build a there. And the reason why you need bigger hubs is that you have these attachments here. So let's say we build a factory on this hub here. In order to access advanced or different kinds of units, we would then need to attach a tank attachment, artillery attachment, air and stealth attachment. And some units require more than one, so you'd need to have, like, let's say a tank and artillery attachment on the same node in order to build a certain unit from the factory. And that's why it's sort of important to do that. We're gonna get all 3 on this. All 3. Actually, I say all 3, there's actually a 4th one, but fuck
I
it.
just need a target.
Since the Goo can actually... that's actually another selling point about this game. You can say the Goo and it actually has meaning. We're actually going to keep some units here since they can just traverse over the high ground there. We're going to send one guy there. So actually we're doing pretty well. We've got a good stranglehold on the map. But as you can see, this game really isn't that much to look at. This is on the highest detail level. And while it runs smoothly, as you'd expect of an RTS... actually, let's cancel that.
Tell me where to go.
It's really just not that great. And I feel like... Can I retake this? I can. There you go. That's how we do it. Alright. So I feel like... Can we build a large factory yet? Yes. This will allow us to build 3 units simultaneously, and my god is it useful. And I feel like this game thinks it's being creative, but really... I mean, look at these units. This is like a bipedal... I don't know what that is, like a mechanical ostrich, pretty much. That's what I think when I see it, at least. And really, I don't know. It's just not very pretty. And I feel like it lacks character. There's an apparent lack of character with this game, which is sad because you wouldn't think about it. But actually, I mean, there's no Iron Hills catapult ready to war. And I bring that up just because that's a Biff Me 2 reference, and that would be the best way to illustrate it. There's none of that. When you make a catapult, when you make a dwarven catapult, you feel like a badass. It immerses you in the moment. But with this, there's none of that. It's commander ready, some other dude dead, whatever. Holy shit, that's a mother Goo. I still don't get how the Goo work, but that is terrifying when you see those things. Bring them down and bring them down hard. So I feel like maybe a lot of characters with the Goo, but just with these units, and also with the humans, there's an apparent lack of personality that does detract from the overall experience. Which is really a shame, because that should not be the case at all. That should never be the case at all. If you think about, what would be a better way to describe it? If you think about in Command & Conquer, or maybe Warcraft. In Warcraft you have the troll units, you've got shamans, you've got Kodo beasts. They all have their distinct personalities. It's like, yes, I've just made this thing, I'm now going to eat people, it's going to get wrecked. And in Command & Conquer you've got like the avatar robots, which shoot a laser beam of death out of one hand and absorb enemy technology from the other. I mean, that's pretty cool. Stuff like that is really cool. But I haven't had that with this game, and that's just the fact of the matter. And I think we might have to cancel that refinery. We will. Not today. Okay, we have our 3 tanks, and it doesn't actually sort of say what these things are good at. You'd have to actually just guess, since they're main battle tanks, that they're good against land and some Mother Goo. I don't know if they're actually called Mother Goo. Maybe they're called Goo Mothers, or just big-ass things that are going to give me nightmares, but that's what I'm going to call them, the Mother Goos. I'm pretty sure that's it. But yeah, we can safely assume that these tanks are good against just infantry and armor units. Probably not so good against air. That seems to be a main weakness of tank. Alright, so we have an extractor here. We built our node here, but we didn't build an extractor.
Beginning construction.
We don't have fucking vision there. We need to just send a unit back quickly and get vision. Ready to run them down. Like, you know me, I love to quote the units, and if you never actually seen me play Red Alert 3, but I quote the units like hell on that game, and also in Biff Me 2, obviously. But yeah, this, I just feel like it's lacking a bit, and that could just be down to the, I don't want to say subpar graphics, because that seems a bit harsh, but definitely underwhelming graphics. I feel like this game doesn't, I feel like it's trying to be creative, like with these odd designs, but really it just comes across as a bit, I don't know. I mean, a lot of this is subjective, of course. You guys might like the look of this game, but just for me personally, it's really not bringing me in. However, as I said, it is, let's just build a silo here, which functions the same way as Command & Conquer, where they just give you a maximum, like this is at 1,000 resources max, and that will go to 1,500. But we probably won't need that, since, oh, I need an artillery attachment on here. Artillery. Okay.
Beginning construction.
Okay, this large factory, we need to really go here. We could push more if we want, but I'm actually content with just making more units. We're going to explore up here, because there was. Oh, actually, since they can traverse since they can traverse the
Silo complete.
well, any terrain. They probably didn't come up from up here. They probably just came from over there. I see. Alright, that actually seems to give you a lot of freedom. So that's actually. Like, as I said, the gameplay is pretty solid for this game, and as with the beta faction, they can expand really easily through these nodes, like I said. The Goo really have a great form of mobility in the sense they can go over any terrain, so there really has been an emphasis on granting different, not just different for the sake of being different, but actually differences that work in the way that each faction mobilizes. And mobilization is important.
On the move.
So yeah, gameplay is solid. I'm actually quite happy I bought this game. It was just, it's lacking that little bit of personality. If there is a sequel, then really they could just go all out. There is a campaign for this game. I haven't actually touched it yet.
Beginning construction.
I don't know. It could be interesting. They could actually bring out some really awesome characters, and I could eat my words. That would be a fun time. Okay, we have almost max. So we're gonna make these. Actually, I love making these guardians because you need air. No, you need air and tank attachments, which we put on that. But also, they can only attack by being mounted on walls. And you know me, I love building walls, wall after wall after wall. So I think if we make another hub here, hold on, let's just build a reactor here.
Beginning construction.
I feel like if we build one here, we're gonna lose it.
Beginning construction.
I feel like they're gonna attack there. Although we blockaded the thing in, so that shouldn't be too. Whoa! Maybe we haven't blockaded them then.
We're walking.
Let's just build a small hub here.
Move confirmed.
Okay, we're gonna build some walls. We're gonna build wall after wall after wall.
Beginning construction. Refinery.
We're just gonna put those guardians on there. That should be a really fun time.
Everyone?
Oh man. So practice makes perfect with this game. This is on normal difficulty, and as with most PC RTSs, not Biff Me 2, because that game was made by EA and they don't always think outside the box. Can we make? Oh, we can make the Nimbus now. Okay.
Yes.
You can adjust the behavior of the AI, which is always nice.
Take it
Mother
down.
Goo, die now!
Go, sisters.
There you go. But anyway, Googly Moogly is the ultimate game of this. Ultimate name of this game. Ready to defend. Alright, you had me there. Alright. Wall. Here we are.
Beginning construction.
I could build a repair pad here, so I can repair my units.
Beginning construction.
And then we could just build another reactor here.
Beginning construction.
And we'd need vision of that bit.
Ready to move.
Alright, never stop these Guardians
Unit
coming.
introduction.
We're gonna build the Avalanche because who doesn't like good old Siege? My life from the Dane mod has taught me that if you want to win, you need to build Siege units.
Wall complete.
Okay. So actually, that's actually a... I like factions that's distinct.
Location received.
So while Beta, like in terms of their units, were probably similar to the humans,
Proceed.
the way they expand, and obviously with the Goo, the way they expand and move about and harass the enemy are all genuinely unique, and that's actually not.
Group,
It's actually
move out.
difficult to implement a system like that, so they should be commended for that. This seems to function like the airpad in Command and Conquer, where you have
Unit ready. Unit
s-
introduction.
a minimum number of airpads, so that you can only build a certain number of. Actually, I guess you could build as many aircraft as you want. Only a limited amount can dock at each time. So when they need to rearm and refuel, as you can see, the orange bar under the health bar here, that's the number of rounds it can carry. It would have to wait its turn if you had more than a thing. Well, okay, the Goo don't seem to have a permanent base. We need to be careful. I don't want to end this game yet. If you look at these attachments, we can actually get upgrades. So we're gonna upgrade our Predator volley so that they only fire when they need to, pretty much. They won't fire their entire volley if the unit's gonna die from one, which is good. Incendiary catalyst bombs. Nimbus now dropped incendiary bombs. We just made a Nimbus. That's good. Hailstones. Guardian ground weapon becomes a long-range artillery shot. Oh my god. Alright, here, go on the wall. I love this because I can essentially make walls anywhere I have vision. They're not cheap, and if you actually stretch the wall, you could make gates for free, which is nice.
Here, sir.
So yeah, we could essentially make walls anywhere we want to cover our reactors. That's probably not worth the money, but oh, look at those things. We got these hulking beasts now. But
Give me the word. New
yeah,
direction
it's certainly fun. It lets
From
you
here.
play that way. Okay, we're just gonna make a very large hub here. Mother Goo! Mother Goo!
Yes.
But we're gonna let them
Everyone?
live, actually.
Move.
We're gonna make a 6 hub here, and we're just gonna make nothing but silos there. Alright, how many units can we repair at once?
Awaiting orders. Check.
This game has a similar sell and repair feature as Command & Conquer, and in fact the economy system is pretty much the same as Command & Conquer, single resource, and when you make things you don't need the full amount already, it will just count down. It will count down, and you can actually pause structures so that you can prioritize what you want to be
We're
built
ready.
first, which is very useful because as you saw at the beginning of the game,
Ready.
oh, a Nimbus could easily destroy that, and I think that's the only unit he's got left. As you remember at the beginning of the game, I almost got destroyed because well, they healed immediately. Because I decided to build a second reactor. Can I select these? I don't think I can.
Avalanche.
There we go, that's a nice
Let's
touch, so
take it
you're
out.
not in danger of
Here.
accidentally moving your extractors out of the way.
Large.
Alright, go, what are these things called? Avalanche?
Barreled on target.
Let's have a look.
Easy enough. What?
Oh yeah.
Unleash.
So I guess you just roll around as a big gooey blob and then you spawn other creatures out of
Avalanche.
it.
Check.
Now that seems really cool. It's a shame that none of
Keep it
these units
moving.
are...
Covering you.
I mean, these units look
Please
badass.
advance.
It just...
Everyone.
I hope you guys know what I mean when I say it's lacking a bit of personality. It's so close. Because there's a fucking big blob crawling on a mountain. And you don't see that every day. And you know what? I think that would actually be
Keep
worth
it
your money.
moving.
Alright, we're almost at our max. What's
Beginning
the
construction.
QQW? Ah, there we go.
Beginning construction.
That's actually one of my biggest peeves with Warcraft, is that it doesn't tell you the hotkey until you actually move your mouse over and it shows you what letters highlighted to be the hotkey, which in my opinion defeats the point of the hotkey.
Upgrade complete.
Alright, so let's try and finish this battle off
Everyone?
now.
Move.
Nimbus! Actually, that's an appropriate name, because if you guys have watched Dragon Ball, the cloud he flies on is called Nimbus.
Targeting.
Or at least in the English dub it's called Nimbus, and Japanese dub is called like Terran or something like that. But anyway, killing blobs is what we're focused on here, not the names of clouds.
Take it down.
How many of these things does he have?
Complete. Artillery tech upgrade complete.
I don't know how he's making these things. You'll actually notice that when you attack an enemy base, that it doesn't cost. It only costs about 200 resources to rebuild your factory. So when you attack a base, you better. Holy shit! Drop the firebombs now! Drop the firebombs now! Drop the firebombs now! Oh my goodness! He was just. He must have moved. This is what I'm talking about with the fog of war. PvP must be hella fun. Hella fun. He had control of this little tiny corner of the map that I didn't bother to check. I thought I had him boxed in, and he was just slowly building up his strength. And they're attacking all my things. Do we have another Nimbus? I think we might have another Nimbus. Whoa! Those things wrecked my build. Well, he's gonna pay for that. Here are my Guardians in action with their long-range artillery shots now. And my firebombs going in. Very nice. Look at that, just destroyed, engulfed in a blaze. An absolute blaze. These things aren't scouting ships, but we're gonna use them as such. You can't actually, I don't think I've ever made the scouting plane. The Stratus, there we go. It's probably got super speed on it.
Unit under attack.
Oh man, fighting the goo, you could be so... If you're a devious player, if you really know how to fight guerrilla warfare, you know how to sort of prey on your enemies' insecurities and hit and run, and sort of always seem to know where your enemy isn't looking, then goo is probably the faction for you. And I'm also very proud that rhymed.
Let's pick it up.
Alright, we need a Stratus because we're not going to find him anytime soon.
We're ready to fly, Control.
Is there a button that he's got one? He's carrying one round. Stratos.
Stratus in position. Let's
Okay.
hustle. Moving out.
I guess just make sure we're gonna win. What have we made? Cloudburst, anti-air unit, Hailstorm is artillery, that's siege, Guardian is our defense turret. Make 3 of these, we'll make 3 of these. Probably would have to make more than one large factory, but they are 750, so if you make them, make sure you don't lose them, because you saw how quickly I lost my hub. I only have one silo there.
Check. Yes. Proceed.
Confirmed.
Alright, Stratos.
What do you need to see? Check. Confirm.
Maybe he's probably in this area. This is the only area I haven't checked yet.
Powering engines.
Where is this
now.
gooey little blob hiding?
Let's get
Yep,
up
I
and
was right. There it
keep
is.
Maneuvering now.
We're ready.
Okay.
Keep it
So essentially
moving.
he fled from the top left
Check.
to the bottom left and then the bottom right part of the map.
Tell me where to go.
Well, Stratos is almost gone.
Siege ready. Siege advanced.
Actually, the Stratos is
Awaiting
perfect
orders.
for building walls wherever the fuck you want, because it can grant us vision so quickly. So really, when you play as this faction, your best bet is to utilize those units that grant you vision best.
Target confirmed.
Because vision
Confirming that instruction.
is your best friend with this faction. Because it's how you expand, it's how you get more units, it's how you... Booyah! Victory! I'm actually starting to really enjoy this game, but I actually honestly want to know what you guys think. I'm not sure if it's on sale on Steam anymore. It is like £12, £11.99 when I bought it. Discounted from £30. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. That was just a simple skirmish. I actually had a lot of fun. I'm actually getting better at this game, and it has some genuine diversity. But as I said, and I'm just going to keep reinforcing this point, it's just there is a lack of character with this game. You feel distant from your units, and it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be. There should be like some super Omega Optimus Prime tank that you call Fred that just destroys everything. But anyway, if you guys all enjoyed this little insight, I say insight. This video is like 9 months old. If you all enjoyed, please hit that like button, that tasty little like button. Thank you so very much for watching. I'm Redevil. Goodbye. Actually, I'm recording this at night, so good night.